how to get through a crisis.
PORCH, a place to relax and a place to enjoy. Grandma's Porch.
What to do in a crisis. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, you know, I don't give advice, I don't give suggestions, but I just share with y'all how I live my life and how I see things and what I do, in hopes that I can inspire others to find their own best life and their own right way of doing things. My right way of doing things may be different than your right way of doing things. So I'm just going to share with you how I have dealt with crisis in my life. You know, I believe that when we go through a crisis, it can be a very traumatic time. And sometimes crises sneak up on us. Sometimes they happen overnight, or sometimes we can see them coming. And any which way, a crisis is very challenging and difficult at times to get through. And today I was talking to a very, very dear friend, and she's going through a bit of a crisis in her life. And I don't give suggestions or advice to her, but I did tell her what I would do. And I told her, I said, you know, sometimes God brings a person into our lives at the perfect time to give us the right information or the right idea. And so perhaps I called her today because she needed to hear what I had to say. And so it got me to thinking about the importance of having right people in our lives when we're going through a crisis. Not wrong people, not misinformed people, not people that don't have very good ideas, because those people can actually make matters worse. It's important to have qualified people that we know that their judgment is sound. Even if they don't have the answer for us, they can help us navigate in some way by giving us great positive ideas. And I hope that's what I did with her today. And so the thing about it is the people that we surround ourselves with have information, and they can have misinformation or they can have correct information. And so before we ever go through a crisis, I believe in surrounding myself with qualified people that if I was going through a crisis, I could pick up the phone, they would answer my phone call, and I could say, what do I do? They wouldn't necessarily give me advice, but what they might do is tell me how they would do it if they were in a similar situation. And often when we are going through a crisis, we can't even think clearly. Sometimes we're so overloaded with information that we're trying to sort it out. And sometimes a second pair of eyes, a second pair of ears, somebody else can see what we're missing, or they can put it together, or they've been through it, or they have great decision skills, and they can often make a suggestion to us that could be a very right suggestion. Not all suggestions are right suggestions, even from right qualified people. So we have to discern, is this a right answer? When my daughter took sick suddenly a little over 2 years ago, and I've done videos on that called portal vein thrombosis. It was a suddenly. We had no idea what was going on. But because I'm the pushy person that I am, in a good, positive, respectful way, I pushed and pushed and pushed until we found the answer and found the solution. And part of that solution, the biggest part came from the right people, the right doctors, And in the beginning, I went to doctors that said, oh, it's maybe the flu or whatever. And I just kept taking her back. And I said, something's wrong. And finally, we got to the right ones for her. And we got the right diagnosis for her. And we got the right corrective measures for her because I was pushy. Mom didn't take no for an answer. Mom was going to find an answer. It was my daughter. And so we were in a crisis. And I also surrounded myself with wise people, knowledgeable people, the best of doctors that I could find, the best ones that I could find who had the best minds. And so it was important. It was a matter of how things turned out. So when you're going through a crisis, you need great minds around you that can help sort through the information. They may not even have the answer. They may not even know the cause or the reason, but they can help you sort through that information. So you want to have people that can help you through a crisis by helping you sort through that information. And it's not just like, oh, okay, whatever, but these are people that are qualified to help you sort through that information and help you discover the right answer. So I think that's probably one of my number one big secrets for going through a crisis. If you're going through a crisis, to have qualified right people around you, even if they don't have the answer, they will help you seek out the answer. And they will help you navigate through that. And they will help give you great ideas and correction and whatever you may happen to need. Because remember, a crisis, there's a lot going on. There's a lot flying around you. And sometimes it's hard to see clearly, whereas someone who's a little bit detached from it or not as directly involved can often help us get through it and make great ideas or suggest great ideas that we can sift through and decide if they're right for us. So one of my number one rules for going through a crisis is to surround myself with informed, great decision makers, great idea makers, great solution makers. And even though they may not have the direct solution, they may help navigate me to success. From my house to yours, may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.
Grandma's porch, a place to relax and a place to enjoy.